Good morning, so it's about 20 past 7 in the morning. It's still pitch black outside, it's freezing cold, so I've got lots of layers on today. And I'm just about to make myself a smoothie for breakfast. One of my New Year's resolutions is to have a green smoothie every morning because I just think it's good to include some raw food in your diet, because I think when you cook you lose a lot of the nutrition. So I'm just trying to incorporate a bit more raw food into my diet again, because lately I haven't had much of it. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I just thought I would film my day where we are in our first week of going back into homeschooling, and the past 6 months has been a bit of a fail as far as homeschooling is concerned, just because of so much happening, lots of hospital appointments and so on. So we are easing our way back into homeschooling very gently. So I just thought I would show you what that looks like in case any of you are struggling to start homeschooling or restart homeschooling and you just want to see how someone else is doing it. It might give you some ideas. So anyway, first of all, I'm having my green smoothie. So I've got a couple of dates just to sweeten the smoothie up. I've got some kale, which is the bit that makes it the green smoothie. I've got an apple, a banana. I'm going to put in some of this frozen fruit and some of this frozen diced coconut as well. And then I'm going to take one of these probiotics because I was taking antibiotics last month. So I'm just taking those probiotics. I'm also drinking some kefir every day. And what's the other thing? That was something else. Oh, I'm taking a prebiotic as well, which I will have first of all. I'll show you. I'll just take a shot of that each morning.
I've been lying here for too long. I don't know what else to do. I wanna get away from every little thing just to try to make it through. I've been thinking about my options, every detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead. Staring at the ceiling, I've been staying up all night. Everything I ever worked for vanished in the blink of.
So Samantha's got off to college now, aren't you? Have a nice day, Samantha. Bye.
Bye.
If she can get out.
Let's hope so.
It's still pitch black out here. See you later.
Bye, have a nice day.
Yeah. Okay, good. Bye. Wow, it looks so blue in here. Weird lighting in this room. Anyway, I look like a corpse. Yeah, Samantha is not using her wheelchair or crutches anymore, which is great news, but she's still struggling slightly with her balance. But she started going back to college again yesterday, and she was really nervous about it, but actually she enjoyed it far more than she thought she would, so which is usually the case, isn't it? So yeah, she's quite looking forward to going in again today. So now Henry's up, he's the first one up other than Samantha. Obviously my husband's already gone to work, but now I can hear some other children getting up. Sounds like Wilf is getting up. Is Scarlett awake yet? No, okay. Scarlett and Odin and Imogen still are in bed, but when they've all had breakfast, then we shall start. What has happened to your hair?
What? I saved it.
What was that?
I just saved it.
What is it? A sweet?
A sweet.
Ah.
When did you get that?
And I'm still waiting for the emergency drain man that is supposed to be coming around today to fix the drains. So yeah, well, he was supposed to come around yesterday. They said they'd come within 24 hours and it's almost been 24 hours. He's got like another hour or two to go before the 24 hours is up, and hopefully, I can't believe how blue it is in here. This makes me look like a corpse. Anyway, look, if I go over here it's orange, and if I go in there it's blue. Can't win.
Oh, that's
so
weird.
this is the problem with not having any daylight at the moment. But yeah, the person that's supposed to come and fix the drain should be here within 24 hours, and they have another hour or two to go till that 24 hours is up. Hopefully they will arrive. If not, I'm going to have to ring again, which is annoying, but yeah, one of our toilets isn't working properly, and one of our drains is blocked, so they really need to hurry up and get that sorted. So the way that I am easing us back into homeschooling is I am this first week just concentrating on making sure that each one of my children does a proper lesson. So they've all each started a block. Now we use the Waldorf method of educating, and we used to do Charlotte Mason. We still kind of do it in a bit of a Charlotte Mason way as well, but with Waldorf you focus on blocks of study. So you won't do you know, 5 different lessons in different subjects per day. You will stick to one subject area and you will focus on that for, you know, however long it takes to finish that block. So for example, at the moment Odin is doing geology, and that block goes on for 4 weeks. Some of them take longer, I mean it just depends, but that's what he's doing. So every day he's doing geology, and usually with Waldorf you'll do a couple of blocks at the same time, but rather than spreading your day out doing lots of different subjects, you're focusing on 1 or 2 subjects. So yeah, like I said, Odin is doing geology for his block this term, and when you're doing that block you will also, it naturally incorporates other subjects as well. So he will be working on his grammar, spelling, there's maths included, and also he does some movement as well, like gentle exercises I suppose you could call it, and he does some art while he's doing geology. He does lots of drawing and things, so it's not just geology, you know, there's always other subjects that come into play. So that is what we're doing to gradually ease back into homeschool. We are doing 1 subject per child per day minimum for this first week, and then next week I'm going to be introducing more stuff which I'll talk about later, but also just to make it even more easy for me, I am getting the children to do these lessons online, but I'm sitting with them and helping them because I want them to I want to make sure they're doing it all properly. It's been a while since they've done some formal work, so I just sit with each child and watch them do their online lessons and help them if they need help, and just, you know, just make sure they're not skipping anything or rushing anything, or making sure that they understand everything. So that's really good for me as well, because when I'm watching these online lessons, it's reminding me how to teach properly again, because it's been so long. So the geology lesson that we're doing online, there's a fantastic Waldorf teacher doing those lessons, and it's been great to watch, really good. So that's given me lots of ideas of how I'm going to be teaching in the future, improving my teaching. So here's an example of, I don't know if you can see. Here's an example of some of Odin's work that he's been doing. His writing is not the neatest, but he's working on that. He's been seeing how the climate changes according to how close it is to the equator and how far away it is from the equator, and how plants grow differently and things like that. And he's also been working on learning about mountains and how, again, the climate changes. The further you go up, the colder it is, further down, the warmer it is, and so on. So that was just what he's done over the past couple of days. So Odin is 11 years old. Yeah, and he's doing that block. Henry is 9, and he is currently working on a grammar block. So he's been learning about his nouns, adjectives, verbs and adverbs, and practicing his writing and his reading, and there will be more art involved in that as well as we go along. It's really hard to see on this camera what they've done, but yeah. And so far Scarlett has just been working on learning some verses and reciting them, like different poems and things, and doing different movements with the verses, just to get her to focus on something again, if that makes any sense, before we start with some reading and writing with her. Wilf is 4, and he mainly watches what the other children do, and sometimes he'll copy some of the things that they're doing. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say that most of these lessons also include a bit of singing, which might seem a bit odd to some people, but it just breaks up the lesson a bit, and we all enjoy singing, don't we, Wilf? Do you like singing? No. You don't like singing?
Yeah, I definitely do like singing.
Yeah?
It's really fun.
Yeah. So we're learning some new songs, aren't we?
Not me.
Yes, you are. Well, you don't have to. You can just listen if you want, can't you? It's up to you. Whatever you want. And William is still asleep in this sling at the moment. What are you making for breakfast?
Egg and bacon.
Once you finish that,
Yeah.
we can start our lesson. Next week I want to step things up a little bit. I am going to be reintroducing our music lessons. So we're going to be doing piano, ukulele and recorder. So what I want to do probably today actually is set up the piano. It's actually an electric keyboard. We're going to set that up in the front room. So we need to reattach it to its stand, because at the moment it was taken off because the girls were using it upstairs. But we're going to reattach it to the stand and then move the sofa a bit and put it behind and get the stool in there so it's all ready for Monday.
Mum, can you see all those things? If you put those things on a heater and then they blow up the whole entire house.
Oh, wow, that sounds really dangerous.
Yeah, if you put those things on a heater, it blows up the house.
When you put batteries on the heater, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mustn't put them on. And for our piano lessons, we use some YouTube videos by, who is it? Mr. Hoffman, I think he's called.
Yeah, Mr. Hoffman.
Yeah.
The one with the curly hair.
Yeah. And, well, turn the tap off, please.
No, my hands are
Well, can you do it in the other sink? Because I'm trying to talk here. So, yeah, so all those lessons are free on YouTube. I will link them below. They're very, very good. When my children first started doing those lessons, they thought it was a bit cringy because he's a very enthusiastic man, but they're used to it now and they just think it's really funny. So bear with it. They're very, very good lessons, very, very good lessons. So I highly recommend, if you want to teach your children piano, then, and you don't know how to play it yourself, then try those lessons on YouTube. And yeah, you can just use a keyboard. That's what we're using. We just got it second hand. It was about £10 from eBay.
£10,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So
Good.
yeah, it doesn't have to cost a fortune. You can pretty much do it for free. And then with some curriculum that I bought, they have ukulele lessons. So I thought we would give those a go because the girls have got ukuleles. But then I thought the younger children could use them and try these ukulele lessons. So we've not seen what those are like yet, but hopefully they're good. And then recorder, I don't know about any good lessons at the moment, but I need to find out. If you have any recommendations for recorder lessons, then let me know, because I've tried to teach it myself and I don't know, I'm just not that good. I'm not knowledgeable about things like that. I used to play the piano, but I can't anymore. Can't remember. I need to try again. But I've forgotten how to read music. I should learn with the children. But anyway, if you do know anyone that does good recorder lessons on YouTube or something, then please do let me know in the comments below.
Henry put 3 eggs in.
3?
Yeah.
So who's having 2 and who's having 1?
I'm having 2.
And you're having 1?
Well,
You're having 1 egg, are you? And who's having 2? Is that right?
is it okay? No, I'm having 2. Well.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing next week.
I'm having 2 and he's having 1.
Oh. Well, that's going to cause problems, isn't it?
No.
Maybe have 1.5 each.
Yeah.
Or maybe do 1 for Scarlett and then have just 1 each.
Yeah. We can just have 1 each.
Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing next week, is we're going to be doing the music lessons as well. I also want to introduce another block of work to each of the children, so we're doing more than 1 block. And at some point it would be good to start going out for walks again.
Like the shields.
Don't throw that around, please. Don't throw that
Yeah, that's
around.
mine. Yeah, I know I have.
Yeah, but usually I would be more focused on making sure that we get out every day. But this time I'm not so much bothered about getting out. That will happen in good time. At the moment I want to focus on what's going on in the house. I want to get our lessons at home into a routine before we start going out for days out. And the other thing that we're going to be starting next week is our weekly cooking lessons, which the children really enjoy, so that will be good to do again. So gradually I'm introducing all these bits and pieces back, but at the moment it's very easy going. Like I said, just 1 lesson per child per day and using online lessons for that. So there we go, that's basically what we're doing, and I'll show you, if you keep watching you'll see how our lessons go.
What is the last one for me?
They're not all for you.
This one's mine. Look how many minutes. This one's mine. This one's mine. This one's heavy. Look, this one's mine. This one's mine. This one's mine.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Leave them there. Because he hasn't put the bacon on yet.
Yeah. I just do one more side back in there.
One thing I did forget to mention about us returning back to homeschool is that I ban screens. So they haven't been on any screens since Sunday, and I just find it really helps because when they are, you know, playing computer games a lot or watching YouTube a lot or different films or whatever, then I find that they're really much more manic and their attention span is very short. So the longer they are not on screens for, the more calm they become and the longer they can concentrate for and things like that. So over the course of this week, it's Thursday now, I have gradually seen them calm down a little bit and just be able to focus more. So it definitely does help with my children. I know everybody's different and it doesn't affect some children the way it affects mine, but for us, it definitely helps to not have screens. So we still do have a movie night on Fridays, and I might let them play computer games for a couple of hours at the weekend, but that will be it.
I can't do it.
We have to do that, otherwise it's impossible. So Scarlett and Henry have finished their breakfast now. Scarlett's gone off to clean her teeth and finished getting dressed, and Henry is just about to go and feed the chickens because that's his little job that he does. But I noticed this morning that one of the cockerels has started to crow, which is not good because we have the worst moany neighbours you've ever met in your life. So that's annoying. We hatched the all the chickens from eggs, so we didn't know if they were going to be male or female, and we've ended up with 3 males, I think, which we will have to dispatch if they start being noisy, unfortunately, just purely because of our neighbours. If it wasn't for them, we'd keep them, but we can't keep them, so we will use them for meat. They are huge, absolutely massive. They're Buff Orpington, so they're a really big breed. So yeah, that will provide us with quite a lot of meat, but not something that we particularly wanted to do, but it's just the way it has to be, unfortunately. So we'll probably have to do that this weekend. And now we're going to do Scarlett's verses that she likes to sing along to and recite. Ready, Scarlett?
Yes.
Right, it's probably best if you stand up because we're going to have to do a lot of movement standing up. So if you can copy all the movements today and remember the words. So stand back a little bit.
Morning, bright sunshine.
Your mum, the way she shouted.
Scarlett's finished her lesson, and now we are on to Henry's grammar lesson, and they're just having a couple of biscuits and a banana, and William has woken up, so I'm going to give him a feed while Henry's doing his lesson now.
Oh no.
What are you saying, Scarlett?
I'm just saying I'm not in the camera.
Yeah.
Because I have to speak.
Okay, let's get on. The good news is that the drain person has now just turned up, so that's good. So we'll get our drains unblocked, which is very helpful. I'm just having a coffee break. Odin's just woken up and is going to have some breakfast, and then we're going to start on Odin's lesson. The drain guy has just gone. That took a lot longer than we anticipated. It was actually 2 drains that were blocked, not 1. And the toilet still isn't sorted out. We've got to have someone else come round to sort that out, so that's annoying. So we're like 1 toilet down at the moment, and just 1 left between the many of us. And Scarlett's been drawing on the chalkboard in the meantime, and Wilf's been drawing in his book. Let's have a look at your drawing, Wilf. Lovely. Who's that?
It's an alien.
An alien.
Yes.
And Henry is just about to start some
This
drawing.
is a boy alien.
And Odin is just about to start his lesson at last. So 11 o'clock, and we're on to Odin's lesson. We would have probably finished by now if it wasn't for the fact that we had to get the drain sorted out.
Which you just made.
Anyway, let's start our lesson. Okay, go that side.
I did 3 draw, but I don't know how you spell yours.
A, W,
G.
a word,
Nobody's allowed to draw the chalkboard because that's my job.
I-N-G.
See, that's why. Tick is not there anymore. Mum, tick is crossed. That's me. Nobody's allowed to draw on chalkboard except for
I'm going to turn around in a second.
boring. Odin. There's 2 stuff I should rub up this and that. Then you go. Henry, I want to draw an alien too. I'm drawing one. I can't remove it.
Yonder come they, oh my soul. Yonder come they, days are breaking. Sun is arising in my soul. Mountain peaks so high, the rocky skin is very hard. Mystery is inside.
The mystery inside.
Some
Henry,
trees mountains so high, rocky skins bearing all the mysteries.
Aiden's finished his lesson. He was learning about young and old mountains and the different climate, temperate things. And yeah, so that is our homeschool finished. Henry's still drawing. So yeah, that's our homeschool finished for today. Like I said, we're just easing into this homeschool nice and gently, and this week is just going to be nice and easy and relaxed. I don't have any time constraints on anything that we do. We just plod through and get the lessons done that we need to do for the day. It doesn't matter how long it takes. And yeah, so that's it for today. So perhaps next week I will film another homeschool vlog and you can see how we're gradually adding bits more into our days. See you next time. Bye.